Guys, what if I told you that all these captions right here were fully generated using AI? And the best part, that I fully automated the entire thing using N8N. And integration is super easy because I'm using something called Submagic. And these guys are absolutely geniuses when it comes to automating captions using N8N, because I never had a easier workflow setup in N8N than ever, specifically for processing videos, sending it off to HTTP to create captions. Like, the whole workflow and the entire setup was such a breeze, guys. And today I'm going to show you how you can do it yourself. All right. Also the basics of N8N, and also we'll talk about how you can use this workflow. For example, you are a content creator, you're creating a lot of shorts. So all you will need to do is have this entire workflow. Or if you're going to stick around until end of the video, you're going to learn how to work with it, right? So N8N, how to customize it. So I'll walk you through how to get your credentials for Google Ads. So basically, you can upload the short right here, right? So what's going to happen, you upload your YouTube short or Instagram, whatever, reel in here. The workflow will be triggered because the way it works, it's watching for a new file created in a folder right here in my Google Drive, okay? Then the workflow will be triggered, and then it's going to send off the video to Submagic to create the captions, right? And then I'm going to be uploading the entire video back to my Google Drive for the final video with captions. And then it's going to even send me a super nicely formatted email with the link, guys. Let me show you that just in a second. All right, so this is the video link I received from N8N. Obviously, I did a bit of a HTML formatting here, so we have this like really nice CTA button, guys. But again, I'm going to show you just in a bit how I did it. And this entire workflow will be available as a free download, guys, so don't worry about it. So everything you see here on screen is going to be available as a free download, guys. And also, I'm leaving a reference link for Submagic, guys. So definitely go ahead and check them out if you want to work with captions and edit videos with AI, guys, and integrate the entire thing with N8N, guys. Then Submagic is definitely the thing you've been waiting for, guys, okay? So let me now break it down for you in a sense, like how the N8N workflow works here. What it does, guys, and really if you're a beginner in automations, and maybe this could be a really useful workflow if you are a content creator yourself, or maybe you have a client who does a lot of shorts and they want to do captions, right? So you can do that and then automatically post everything to a social media, guys. But again, today we're going to be focusing on actually just creating captions, how to do that, and basically everything you see here on the screen, guys, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, guys, so let's go to basics. We are starting first of all with a trigger. So everything is being triggered here using a Google Drive trigger. Okay, so once I upload the file or the short or the reel, whatever, to my Google Drive right here, the entire workflow will be triggered, and then it's going to be sent off to captions through Submagic and stuff like that, guys. We're going to touch on that just in a second. So for you to be able to upload files into your Google Drive, you will need to do a bit of a setup with Google Drive. I'm not going to dive into the details, but let me explain you just in a bit how you should do that, okay? So first of all, you're going to go to a consolecloudgoogle.com, okay? The link right here, guys. And then you're going to go right here on the hamburger menu, APIs and services, and then you're going to click on library, all right? And then you want to search for something like Drive or Google Drive, whatever, guys. And then it's really important that you choose this one here, okay? Google Drive API, that's the one you are looking for. Okay, click on that one. And then in my case, I already have it, right? In your case, you're gonna see, I believe the CTA or call to action should be installed, if I'm not mistaken. In my case, it's already installed. So I'm gonna click on manage. Okay, but anyways, once you install it, you're gonna end up on this dashboard right here. And what you need to do, you're gonna go here on the credentials, okay? And then you're gonna create credentials right here. And essentially, you're gonna create a client ID and a secret key, okay? So you need to those two. Once you have client key and the secret key, copy, paste that into your notepad, then go back to N8N, open up your Google Drive, and then you're gonna basically click here, create your credentials, and that's where you're gonna be copy pasting those credentials, guys, okay? It's really easy. Again, if you run into any issues, let me know down in the comments what's the problem. I'm gonna help you out, guys. But essentially, that's all you need to do. Just create the Google Drive credentials in here. So again, you need client ID and the secret key. Then you bring it to N8N and you're gonna be essentially good to go. And that's all you really need to do to have Google Drive credentials and for you to be able to basically drag and drop videos in here so it can be fully automated to N8N. All right, and Next up, what we're doing, we're sending this video data and file to a Submagic. Okay, so if I go to Submagic, if I go to my main dashboard right here, guys, you can see that it's being automatically uploaded as a project into a Submagic using their API. Okay, so it's really easy. Actually, one of the easiest integrations I've ever done when it comes to like working with content and social media. If you guys ever done any like API connections with Meta, right? It's a hassle. There's so many steps you need to do. So obviously this was a breeze to work with and really a refreshing moment, I would say, when you're doing a lot of automations. So what's going to happen? You're going to have the HTTP node. Okay, so HTTP node basically handles post requests, get requests, so sort of like API handling, I would say, right? And here we have the URL to where we're sending the post request, which is basically the Submagic and their projects endpoint, which basically creates a project in their Submagic right here. So this is the projects right here. So again, how do I get this API or the URL? Okay. Again, you can go to their help center or customer service URL. Again, I'm leaving the URL for Submagic guys here in the sticky note here. And also I'm explaining essentially how it works. Okay, if you are a beginner, so it's kind of a clear to kind of see the whole flow, how it flows, right? And also including a link to a Submagic guys. So if you want to have more reading on the APIs, how it works, what it is, guys, definitely check it out. But again, let's go back to the topic. So I pulled the URL from their documentation or help center, guys. You can see here, this is the post request URL. And here they basically explaining what kind of params you can include, title, language, video URL, and template. Okay, and I'm gonna show you just a bit how that translates in N8N right here. Okay, so if I go back to HTTP node right here, I'm gonna open it up. You guys can see this is exactly the same URL in here. Okay, then we are using a generic credential type to do authentication. Okay, I'm using a header auth, and header auth is basically Submagic. Okay, so the way it's gonna work, you're gonna go here and you're gonna create new credential, and here you have a name and a value. Okay, and to do that, what you gotta do, guys, you're gonna go to documentation, okay, and just click here on authentication. Okay, scroll down a little bit, and here it's gonna show you basically the structure. Okay, so you need API key, which basically you get from Submagic. If I go here, actually, guys, when you're gonna just create account with Submagic, the API key notification will be here. It's gonna say like create your API key or something like that. I forgot the exact name convention. But if not, you can also see your API keys in here. So if I go here under my account, then I click on account settings, and under API key, guys, this is going to be API key. So just generate your API key. On the free plan, you get 10 free credits, guys. But again, even if you go with the paid plan, it's like really cheap. One of the cheapest solutions out there, guys, if you're printing a bunch of shorts. So this is the API key, guys. Take the API key. Bring it here. So you're gonna copy paste that API key in the value input right here, all right? And then you need also something else, okay? So if you go back to documentation, under the authentication method, we see this x-api-key, okay? This is really important. So you wanna copy paste this right here, except the column, don't do it. Just this one here, x API key, okay? Copy that and bring that into your N8N and copy paste that in here into the name. Okay, so this goes here and your API key goes into the value box. Okay, and then save, and you are essentially good to go, guys. That's how easy it actually is to create credentials with Submagic. It's like crazy how easy it is. Then if we scroll down to the body content, again, guys, if you run into issues with authentication or keys, error messages, drop a comment and I'm gonna help you out, guys, okay? So next up, we have body content, essentially the body content that we're sending through the API request, okay? And here we have the title and test video. That essentially is matching with the video right here. If you want to call it something else, okay, you can call it something else. You can call it like whatever, 1, 2, 3, my video, stuff like that. You can always rename that later on if you want to through the final node in the Google Drive. I'm gonna show you just in a bit. Language is English, okay? Because if you're working in different language, maybe French, Spanish, you can change it right here. So because, if the audio language is Spanish or French and you're putting English, your captions probably will be all cracked out, guys. Okay, so make sure you match the content language that's in the video. Okay, and the name here, it's basically video URL. Okay, we are basically saying to Submagic's API what is the video URL. Okay, because basically we will need to take the URL, which is right here. So if you guys look on the left side of here from the Google Drive trigger, just we're gonna scroll down a little bit more, guys, and here it is, guys. Okay, so web view link. So essentially, this is the link to download the video. If I copy paste this right here and I bring it to my browser, okay, guys, you're gonna see this is the video without the captions. Okay, so this is the video that's original without the captions. So that's the URL in here, guys. You can just take it, drag like this. Okay, that's how easy it is to input expressions or basically variables from other nodes. Okay, so that's the video URL link that we will be providing to Submagic. Okay, so really important note here, guys. I ran into that issue. So the Submagic API was basically just getting stuck in processing. Okay, and what happens that the video has to be publicly available. Okay, and to do that, guys, want to drop your video into Google Drive, make sure that either you do right here, click on share, okay, and then make sure that anyone with the link option is selected, and then done. Or if not, you can go to your Google Drive, create a whole folder, then enable public view or basically available anyone with the link for the entire folder. And then when you drop the videos in that folder, it will be by default available publicly, okay? It's just kind of easier if you're working with a lot of videos. So if it's single file, it's just really hassling to go every time and do the public sharing yourself. But if you do the folder, it will be always available to a public, okay? Just a side note, guys, okay, happened to me. So cool, guys. Template name, essentially this translates to a caption style, okay? We are using Harmozy too, because basically, guys, at Submagic took an idea, inspiration from Harmozy's captions, okay? You know, it has a lot of emojis, a little bit of dynamic, jumpy style, so that's why we're calling it Harmozy. But if you want to see the list of all captions available, you're gonna go to the reference right here. Then you're gonna go to Get Templates, and here you have essentially all templates available, okay? So you can choose any of these ones and play around and see which one you like the most. And that's exactly what we are doing here. We're saying, okay, hey, use the Harmozy #2 template, okay, for our video. Then we are basically doing polling, or it's a wait note or polling, whichever you are like accustomed hearing. So basically what it does, it waits for 15 seconds, okay? Because when we are sending the video to Submagic, okay, there's a bit of a delay. So if we try to pull it right away to get the caption video, it's gonna crash because it takes, I would say, 20-30 seconds. And okay, guys, I'm gonna run the entire flow again to kind of show you how it works, okay? And we're waiting basically for a video to be not processing in a sense of a state, okay? And the way we are achieving that, we are using if-else conditional statement block right here. So if I open that app, okay, we are basically waiting for a status that is completed, okay? So JSON.status, okay, again, this is pulled from right here, guys. It's no voodoo magic or any complicated JavaScript coding in here, guys, although it is JavaScript and JSON. But again, you don't need to know any code. You literally just need to play around with the blocks and see what they do. So we're looking for a status, which is right here, okay? I'm gonna just delete the duplicate one. So is the status equal to completed? If yes, then send the data to the following node. If not, go on a loop and wait more, okay? Basically, we're waiting for the status of the video to be completed or not processing. So we can download the caption video, okay? Here we're using just basically a get. We don't need to add any Submagic reference for APIs or anything like that, okay? All we need is a get method because the init has a built-in get method. So it's gonna literally do exactly what it says. It's gonna get something from the API, right? So in this case, from the previous node, we're getting the video. And this is the download URL, guys. You can see here, this is the URL. So if I plug that into my browser, okay, it's gonna essentially download the video, which is basically the same thing. There you go, guys, okay? So just to show you guys that everything works and everything is as I'm explaining, and it's actually really easy. You can even preview the video in here and download it from directly from anything, guys. Like you can literally download from so many different places. Okay. All right. So now what we're doing, we are uploading a file to Google Drive. Okay. So again, here's a file. So we're uploading this file into Google Drive. We're just gonna go in here, guys. Again, I deleted that, but I'm gonna rerun the entire workflow so you can see. So uploading the video to Google Drive. Okay. Then we are sending the send download link to Gmail node. Okay. So if I open that up right here, again, before we dive into the Gmail node, you need to create your credentials. And to do that, click here, drop down, create a new credential. And all you need to do is just click on sign in with Gmail, Google, whatever, guys, all the same stuff. Select your Gmail account, and it's gonna do the entire thing for you. Okay, just agree to all the events. Okay, you need to give permission to Google to handle your Gmail backend in a sense. Okay, it's really safe, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fully handled by Google, so they're not gonna give data that they're not supposed to. Don't worry about it. So make sure to authenticate with Google, okay? Because otherwise you won't be able to send that final email, okay? So, and here we're using a couple of things. Here is my email. It's statically hard-coded, okay? So make sure to change it to your email. Otherwise, whatever you guys are gonna do is gonna come to my email. I don't mind, but still, guys, you're gonna be like, where the hell is the video? Well, it's coming to me, so make sure to change that here. Subject is basically a headline or the title of the email, okay? Static text plus some dynamic stuff. JSON name is essentially the name of the video. You guys can see test video.mp4, but if you want, you can adjust it to something else. Well, it's gonna be always test video mp4, but you can adjust this part. Maybe add some, timestamp, stuff like that to keep it clean and organized. And then I think really the most complicated part, I would say, the only thing, why do I have these right here? I don't need this, okay? So this is basically a bit of HTML or email styling, okay? Not full-blown email styling, but just like really the basics. So I have a couple of divs, we have H2s, or basically the headers, and then the p tags, which is description, guys. And in the between, we are plugging in the expressions in a sense that this is where we want the data to be dynamic, okay? Because all this will be always the same. It's static, okay? But if you want to plug in expressions, well, it kind of reminds me if you guys ever done React or Angular, okay? So kind of the same thing. When you work with the code, you have a lot of static text, a lot of HTML, and in between you are wrapping variables or expressions that are rendering dynamic data, okay? And guys, maybe too much information for my beginners out there in N8N, but the way I'm pulling this data, okay, so json.view link, that's the download link for the Google Drive to download the video. So again, guys, it's coming from here. It's not some magic word. Like, you guys, it might seem complicated, but it really is basically whatever you want to render as dynamic data, either it's URL, titles, or anything that's coming dynamically from N8N from previous nodes, just take this entire thing that you want to render and literally drop it, and it's going to be always dynamic based on the video or data, whatever you guys are rendering in the previous node, okay? So that's how you're pulling a expression or variable data from previous nodes, guys, okay? And that's essentially how it works. I think I covered pretty much every single node, so if you guys have questions, let me know. But again, now let's rerun the entire flow, okay? So let's go back to my Google Drive. So here's the video, okay, the same video, guys. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna manually trigger the flow. I'm gonna click here, execute workflow. Okay, so here it's gonna be pulling the video from the Google Drive. Now it's gonna send to the Submagic, status is uploading. Okay, so now it's uploading the video to Submagic. So if I go back to Submagic and I refresh my page, here it is uploading into my Submagic, okay? Awesome, so now it's gonna wait for the video. The only thing I'm thinking, if I did actually make it public, did I? Yeah, okay, cool, so I did that. So now I should have that video there, guys. Now it's generating, so we know it went in. So now it's gonna generate the captions, essentially the same video, guys, but just to show you how it works and that it works. So it's gonna be pretty fast. So far it went on 2 loops because the video is still processing and generating the captions, guys. But I believe around 3rd or the 4th attempt, that's gonna be the one where it's gonna go through. Awesome, here it is. So it took 4 attempts, like maybe 30 seconds. Now we're gonna download the caption video. Here it is, guys. Okay, it's gonna upload the file, send me an email. So first let's check Submagic if it's there. Should be. There it is, guys. We can preview the video in here.
Every morning, I just do 1 scoop of AG1 in water.
Cool, guys.
No pills, no
And by the way, guys, the avatar too is actually generated using AI. So we have AI captions, we have AI avatar, and there's even a bit of AI in the video itself, guys. I would say it looks pretty good, guys. If I see this, this is looking like a solid Athletic Greens ad, guys. So Athletic Greens, if you guys want to sponsor me, you know what to do. But yeah, guys, looks pretty good. Awesome. So let's go back to my Gmail, and here's the Gmail Gmail, guys. Getting confused here. So here is the link, to options, the CTA or direct link. Okay, giving a lot of options to our consumers or clients. So if I click on this one, I'm essentially going to be able to either preview the video. I don't think I can because it's still uploading right here, guys. You can see it also popped up into my Google Drive. But again, if I want to, just click on download and I will be able to download the same video with the captions added and good to go. Let me open that again and play it for you guys. And there, guys, you guys can see nice captions, super cool, guys, and everything done using AI and fully automated for you guys. Okay, so you can literally just drop the short and it's gonna do the automation, and then you can plug in directly into your socials, or really just review, maybe post the links into spreadsheets, guys. So a lot of options you can go from there, guys. But my point is, guys, super nice automated workflow here, and then with Submagic, guys, to create a bunch of cool captions for your videos. So definitely check out Submagic. Definitely download this workflow for free, guys. And again, let me know, guys, if you have any questions or feedback about the content, or any questions about how to set up certain things in the template workflow, guys. If not, I'm gonna wish you happy building, guys. You already know, as always, and I'm gonna see you next time.